Someday This Pain Will Be Useful to You by Peter Cameron is a young adult novel targeting older teens, revolving around the life of its protagonist, 18-year-old James Sveck, freshly graduated from college in New York City. James grapples with his past, his future prospects, and his struggle to understand his own traumas. Narrated by James himself, the story delves into his breakdown experience during a conference in Washington, D.C. Primarily a coming-of-age tale, the novel follows James's quest for self-discovery and realization amidst his internal turmoil. At the outset, James's life is scrutinized. Recently out of high school, academically gifted and creatively inclined, he's slated to join Brown University in Providence come fall. Yet, James harbors little enthusiasm for this path, envisioning instead a solitary life in the Midwest, nurturing his own land. Preferring solitude, James finds it challenging to forge meaningful connections, feeling a sense of powerlessness over his own future. Employed at his mother's sparsely frequented art gallery in New York City, James often engages in idle chatter with his supervisor, John Webster, a charismatic gay man seeking companionship through online dating. One day, in a bid to alleviate boredom, James fabricates an enticing profile matching John's preferences, leading John to eagerly respond, believing he's found his perfect match. However, when the ruse is uncovered, leaving John heartbroken, James grapples with overwhelming guilt. Unsure of his next move, he seeks solace in his grandmother's company, finding her marginally more receptive to his unconventional aspirations compared to his parents, who insist on his university attendance. Despite his grandmother's suggestions not aligning with his desires, James remains fixated on his dream of owning a secluded home in the Midwest. Seeking solace in solitude, James grapples with the daunting prospect of college, dreading the idea of immersing himself in a sea of peers his own age. Determined to pursue his escapist fantasy, James contacts a real estate agent in Indiana regarding a house he spotted online, only to receive disappointing news that shatters his dreams. Crestfallen, he retreats into sullen contemplation. As the narrative unfolds, James reflects on recent events that have deeply unsettled him. He recalls composing a satirical essay for a conference in Washington, D.C., intended as a jest, yet taken seriously by the organizers who extended him an invitation. Despite his reservations, pressured by his parents and teachers, James reluctantly attends, sharing accommodation with two other students, feeling stifled by the lack of personal space. Craving solitude, he absconds from a dinner theater event, disappearing into the city, seeking refuge within the Smithsonian museums, steadfastly refusing to return to the conference. His defiance leads to a confrontation with law enforcement and a subsequent mental breakdown. Delving into this ordeal with his newfound therapist, James ponders whether his unresolved trauma, possibly stemming from his proximity to the events of 9/11, contributes to his anxieties. He mulls over this possibility during another visit to his grandmother, who touches him deeply by revealing that he'll inherit all her possessions upon her passing. The novel concludes with James confronting his inner demons and embarking on his university journey at Brown as originally planned. A bittersweet revelation arrives as he learns of his grandmother's passing weeks prior, leaving him her belongings. Contemplating his future, James resolves to preserve these mementos, envisioning a potential home, whether nestled in the Midwest or amidst a more populous locale. Renowned American author Peter Cameron crafts narratives that delve into themes of mental health, trauma, and character evolution, prioritizing introspection over intricate plotlines. Splitting his time between Vermont and New York City, Cameron's repertoire includes works such as Leap Year, The Weekend, Andorra, and his latest endeavor, Coral Glen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.